Alright, Rashad G back in the building. Welcome back to another Retroland Hood Classic Series review. Before I get started though, I just want to acknowledge something. A friend of mine, or a couple of friends of mine, noticed something in my little setting here. My Scarface poster was kind of out of the frame a little bit, and I thanked them for pointing that out to me, so I was able to fix that. So hopefully that fixed the problem, and we don't have to worry about that anymore being annoying. So thank you for pointing that out. I did fix it. So today I'm going to be reviewing Juice, the classic, the iconic film Juice, one of my all-time favorites. Dropped in January of 1992, directed by Ernest Dickerson, who used to be Spike Lee's cinematographer for School Days, Do the Right Thing, and I believe She's Gotta Have It. So he started out as Spike Lee's cinematographer, and starring Omar Epps, the late great Tupac Shakur, Khalil Kain, and I did say it right the first time, Jermaine Hopkins, Huggy Bear Hopkins as Steel. So features Samuel L. Jackson in a small part as Trip, but he also has some good scenes in this film, and it's also got cameos by Queen Latifah, the iconic rap duo EPMD, also Special Ed, Fab Five Freddy, and Tretch, who also auditioned for the role as Bishop. And little quick trivia here. Pac originally came with this homeboy Money B from Digital Underground, who was auditioning for the part of Bishop, and Pac actually stepped to the producer and asked if he could read for the part, and he had a 15-minute audition and absolutely killed it. Got the part right then and there, so that just shows how talented this man was. So once again, I was not able to make it to the theater to see this one because of limited resources and lack of transportation, so I had to wait for the VHS. And anybody growing up in the 80s and 90s knows the struggle of when you're trying to rent a movie and the video store only has 3 or 4 copies of the movie that everybody's trying to get. So it took me about 2 weeks to actually finally get this movie, because unless you was really cool with the video store owner, or you just happened to walk in at the same time somebody was dropping the movie off, you was not going home with that. So it took me about 2 weeks after its release on VHS to finally see it, but it was well worth the wait because I absolutely love this film. So Juice is the story of 4 friends. You have Q, who is an aspiring DJ who's trying to make something of himself. You have Bishop, who is that buck wild friend who's just down for whatever, down to get into whatever kind of trouble he can get into. He's just that crazy friend that most cliques have. Then you have Raheem, who is the leader of the group and has some serious baby mama drama. And then you have Steel, who is the fat kid that they all pick on all the time. So you have these 4 friends, and the movie starts out with them showing their day-to-day activities, their day-to-day adventures, and all the mischief that they get into. For example, cutting school to go hang out at the pool hall, running from the police, stealing records at the record shop, you know, regular shit that teenagers get into. And of the 4 of them, Q is the most motivated because Q wants to be a DJ. He's got this big DJ competition coming up that will give him some good exposure. And he's trying, you know, he's the one of the group that's actually trying to make something of himself. And of course, the other 3 laugh at him. You know, they laugh at his dreams. Like, all they're content on is their mischief that they do day to day, and so they kind of dismiss what Q is trying to do. Raheem, Bishop, and Steel are plotting to rob a neighborhood convenience store, and of course they want Q to join in with them. So Q, of course, succumbing to peer pressure, he joins them on this, and that's when the movie takes a violent, intense, and serious turn.
Check this out. Oh shit.
This shit is sweet.
I got it from Sweets.
Yo, I think we should plan this another time.
This nigga's scared.
Ain't nobody scared, man. I just told you I had a DJ Saturday night.
Fuck that shit.
We're going Saturday night, and that's it.
I hold on to the gun.
Why should he hold on to the gun?
Cause I already got it, motherfucker.
You cannot talk about Juice and not talk about Tupac's performance. Flawless, absolutely flawless. Killed it, killed every scene that he was in. You know, he was just a crazy ass buck wild character, but at the same time he was charismatic, unstable. He was like a coiled spring. You just never know which way he was gonna go, and that's what made his character so intriguing, because there was really no motivation for why he snapped and why he ended up going crazy the way he did. He just went crazy, and you know, it's crazy because Pac played that role so good. I remember at that time, everybody thought that Tupac was Bishop. You know, like after seeing Juice, I actually went to, I had my pops buy me the Tupacalypse Now CD, and I bought that CD expecting to hear Bishop rapping, but instead I got Tupac. At the time, I didn't understand Tupac's musical and lyrical genius. I just knew him as Bishop. Like, that was my first exposure to Pac. So when I heard Tupacalypse Now, I honestly had my pop take me back to the store, and I returned it. Shit's garbage. I don't want to hear this shit. Brenda got a baby. Fuck out of here. I don't want to hear that. But that just goes to show how Pac was such a talented actor, because he killed that role so good that people thought that he was Bishop. When Bishop gets the gun, they commit the robbery, and it ends with Bishop actually killing Raheem. And you know what? Bishop, if I could think of any motivation for Bishop in doing what he was doing, is the fact that he felt powerless. He felt like he didn't have any respect. He didn't have the juice that he so wanted. And he was being harassed by the local neighborhood gang Radamez, who was constantly, you know, fucking with him. This, you know, Radamez and Bishop's crew were always going at it, but Radamez always got the best of them, and Bishop hated that. And he also hated the fact that Raheem was the leader. Like, there was a scene where Q was asked to help rob a bar from another friend of theirs. And of course, Q was like, man, I'm not doing that. And Bishop was like, nah, like, we in there, man, we're gonna rob this place. And Raheem shut it down. He said, nope, we're not doing it. End of story, let's go. And if you notice, when Raheem walked off, Pac kind of gave him a look like, you know, like you just knew it wasn't gonna end well, you know what I'm saying, for Raheem later on. You know what I'm saying? Like, he just had that look in his eye like, okay, something's got to be done about this, because, man, I should be the one. I should be the leader. And when Bishop got that gun in his hand, that gave him the power, and then he went and sought the juice that I guess he was looking for. I guess hence the name Juice. So there you have it. Besides Menace to Society, this is probably my most favorite hood classic, most quoted, and anybody knows me knows I like to quote that one line from Juice.
Trying to tell me I ain't shit?
I ain't trying to tell you shit. I tell your mama you ain't shit.
If there's any gripes I have about this film, if any gripes I have, is that after Bishop kills Raheem, the film does kind of slow down somewhat, where, you know, of course you have the funeral, and then you have Q trying to dodge Bishop, you know what I'm saying, like he's trying to stay away from him and stay out of his way. And the film kind of does come to a halt for a little bit. Like, that first half was just so fast-paced and fun, and then it slows down, but then it picks up again around the time Bishop tries to go after Steel, you know what I'm saying, try to kill Steel. So after that, the movie does pick up again, and of course it ends with Q and Bishop having a final standoff. Q finally stops Bishop, and then that's where now Q has the juice, you know what I'm saying, and of course he doesn't want it, you know, he'd rather just have his friends back. And it was an emotional part where at like the very last shot of the film is showing them as friends walking together, laughing, having a good time before all that crazy shit happened. So I'm gonna go ahead and grade this thing. Juice, definitely, don't be surprised, gets a solid A. Love Juice. There's nothing bad I can say about it besides the movie slowing down a little bit, like in the middle. But other than that, great film. Check it out again, and look out for my next review, which is
Mother, there's too many of you crying. Brother, there's far too many of you dying. You know we've got to find a way.
Oh man, you know I'm down, but I also know that life has better things to offer than what's on the street out there.
Oh, what's going on? What's going on? What's going on? Yeah, what's going on? Oh, what's going on? Menace to Society.
Yes, probably the illest, best hood classic of them all. This one gets the crown, and I'm excited to be reviewing it, and I'm gonna have that one to you soon. Thanks for watching. Subscribe below, comment below, and let me know what you thought about Juice. And see y'all in the next video. Rashad G signing out. One.